Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And we're on week 11 of our 12 weeks of Handmade Christmas ideas. And this week is all about last minute. So there's always last minute cards that we've forgotten to make, we haven't made enough of, and we don't want to go out and buy them. So I thought I would show you some simple cards that are using stamp sets that are in the current catalogue. So this is the mini catalogue July to June. On page 63 you've got this little one called Vintage Christmas. Lovely little set. It is only £15. You get 9 stamps with it. So you've got your Merry Christmas, you've got your foliage and things, you've got some bottles. Beautiful stamp set. And there's lots of things that we can do with it. So I thought that we would have a last minute Christmas cards, and I will show you this week some very simple ideas to make some cards out of this one stamp set. So we're going to be using, let me just, oh no, I've got my bits here, haven't I? We're going to be using Sweet Sorbet, which is a really nice red. It's between a cherry cobbler and a poppy parade or real red. It's just a lovely soft red. So I thought we would use that one. And what I've done is we've got a mat that is going over. So do whatever card size you are. As I say, I don't do card sizes. I do a 1/4 inch mat. You don't know what my card sizes are because it doesn't really matter. And then we are going to the width of this card. So for me, I'm going to turn around and say this is 3.5 inches by 5 1/4. So this piece is going to be 3.5 inches and it measures 1 1/8. It was literally the bit that was cut off the side. And then this is going to be a little 1/8 inch border, and that's going to come in on here. And then our mat was 1/4 inch bigger. So that's what we're starting off with. We are going to, on this one, we want to put our sentiments. So on here, we've got Making Spirits Bright. I think that's lovely. So let's find that one. I don't even think I've used that one yet. I've used the bottles and things quite a bit and other things, but I like to get the most out of my stamp set. So Making Spirits Bright. And then we can put this on here. And I'm going to do that in the Sweet Sorbet so it all coordinates. As we know, Stampin' Up, coordination is key and everything coordinates beautifully. So let me just pop that in on the centre like that, Making Spirits Bright. So that's our sentiment, and we can leave that to just dry off a little bit over here. That's going to go on here. So I will glue that on once we've done the other bits. So let's get on to here and we'll take this card. I just need to clean that up. I can't leave ink on, particularly a red. You will find that your reds and purples always tend to stain photopolymer stamps, but they don't stop their use. So we are now going to take the leaf part here and we are going to use a variety of greens. So I have got out Evening Evergreen, Old Olive and Parakeet Party. So let's start with the lightest first, and we have got we've got this piece that is going to come in. I've just put that out of the way, haven't I, to dry off, which is, here it is. So this is going to come in over the top like that. So ideally, we want to make sure that we've got, let me see if I've got a piece which is roughly that size. No, what about that one? No. I'm going to measure this 1 inch. So I'm just going to cut myself a little strip, which is 1 inch, because then it means I can put it across and I know that my placements are going to be absolutely perfect. So I'm just literally cutting this down at 1 inch. It doesn't really matter. It's just a little scrappy piece that was over. But it means that then I've got a piece that is going to work. Excuse me. It's going to work perfectly where I want it, right the way across the card like that. So I can put that on there, and it means then that when I'm doing my placement, I know that it is going to work perfectly. If you're very confident, you might not need to do that. So I'm literally just going to take these along here, and I'm stamping them and stamping them off a little bit. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So again, have a little bit in the middle there, a little bit in the middle there. Okay, so it doesn't matter perfectly because you know that your piece is going to come in underneath. So now we've got that placement, I can take that off because I know roughly where I want things to go. Now we're going to take the next colour, which is next darker. So we don't need to even clean off our block because the lighter colour won't show in on the darker colour. So this is Old Olive, and I'm just going to put that in on here and again stamp it off like that. Turn it the other way up, stamp it off like that. And then the last one is going to be the Evening Evergreen, which is the darkest one. And you can use any shades of green that you might have. If you just start with your darkest and then move to your lightest. And I'm just going to probably just dot some of those in between. So we don't have to use all of them in the, I'm going to turn it around this way so I can see it easier. So I can just put some of these in between where I happen to want them. Maybe we'll have just a little one like that. Okay, so we've now got this lovely greenery coming through. And I want to now use, there's some lovely little pine cones and there's some lovely little berries and things as well. So let's just clean this off. Okay, and then I'm going to take the pine cone now. I don't want all of it, and I want the little berries. So let's have the pine cone one is here, and all I want, I don't want the centers of the flowers, I just want the pine cone. So I'm going to put it on here, and I'm just going to take some crumb cake. What have I done with my crumb cake? Is it here? It is hiding underneath here. So the crumb cake, we are just going to take the little pine cone, and then I can just put it in because I'm not stamping anything else, and I can just pop a few little pine cones in just where I want them like that. Turn it the other way up. Like that. So I've now got some nice little pine cones going on. And then I want the sprig, which is this one. So let's just pop this one back in on here and get my sprig out. But you can see how good this stamp set is with lovely little pieces in here. So this is going to have, the sprig is going to be in, a mid sort of green. I think I'm going to use the old olive on it actually, because that's sort of a mid green for my sprig. And I'm going to put the sprig just coming in like this. And that. Turn it round. It's all about building it up just as you take it round. Like that. Do I want another little bit in here? Yeah, I think I do. Like that. Okay, so those are the little sprigs. And then, because we've got little berries in on there, and I wanted just a little tiny pop of red, I'm going to take a little bit of red marker. I have this one. And so I've just literally taken one of my red markers. I don't even know what colour this one is. Stamping Right markers. It is real red. So I'm just literally going to, with the sorry, I'm going quiet because I'm just doing a little bit of red inside on these berries. Okay. And then we can have them down on here. You could do it with your aqua painter and just put a little bit in, but I think, or you could use it with your alcohol markers. Anything that just gives just that little tiny bit of the berry showing through, which just makes it look really rather nice. So then we've got our Making Spirits Bright. We can just attach that in on here. We'll just put this in on here. So we've got this, I've given just 1/8 of an inch because I didn't want too much on there. So that can then go in here, which just gives a little bit of extra on there. This is going to go in like that. Okay, so you've now got your card coming through really rather nicely with all of those colours. And what you can do is, let me see if I've got it. Yes, I have. I've put some of them down on here. I did just fussy cut, and I know some of you like fussy cutting, some of you don't. I just fussy cut a few of the little leaves. And so what I wanted to do was to just take, before we glued this down, I could probably actually put that with dimensionals if I wanted to, but I was going to put these little ones with dimensionals because then they will just pop up a little bit. And I've got some dimensionals down on here, and I'm just going to put some little tiny pieces in. Doing a little line. Like that. And then I'm just going to put these in just in on the centers of these. And it just gives a little bit of extra dimension in there. So, you know, you can spend as much time or as little time as you want building up your card, but because you've got these lovely little pieces, it means that you can add some extra dimension in there if you want to. So I'm just literally popping these in. Got a couple of these tiny ones. And let's just pop that one in on here. But I think for £15, this is, or whatever it is in whatever country you're in, it is very good value for money. It really is. It's a great one because you can use it all year round as well. You don't have to just use it for Christmas. You can use it for any time you want. Okay, so I'm going to put this on with dimensionals as well, actually, because I think that will just add something to it. As I say, these are ones that were given to me by a friend, so I am using them up. They're not as good as Stampin' Up ones, and that's my honest opinion, but you know, they're dimensionals, so I'm very much waste not, want not this year, so they can just come in like that. And then we can put this one across, so it comes from that side to that side in on the center. And then we can put these little ones in. So I'm going to turn them over the other way so I can see which colours are where and where I want them. So I'm going to have a pale one in on here. So we can just put that one in like that. And then I'm going to have a darker one in on here. So I'm putting the bigger ones in first, just like that. And you can have as many as you want. I'm just putting a few in to just show you how, if you wanted to just cut a few out, you could do. Let's pop that one in there. And then we've got, can have a couple in on here. So let's pop that one in just like that. And then we can pop this one in just in like that. Okay, so you've then got that nice sort of dimension going on there as well. So you've turned it from just a very flat card to having a bit of dimension. And then, as I say, you know, pop a few little twinklies in, because it's, you know, it's Christmas time, so you can add sparkles and things in there. And I think on this one I'm going to I'm going to use some of these. I do like these ones, these champagne ones, or just ordinary rhinestones. I think would look quite good. You could have some red if you wanted, but I think I'm just going to have, let me have a look and see. I've got some rhinestones on here. Don't want very big ones, so I'm just going to put, I'm going to put two, so I'm going to have one in on this side of the card just there. And I'm going to have one in just in on the other side like that. That just makes a little bit of a sparkle. And then the little ones, I'm just going to put one up like that. One down here like that. And we'll have the third one in just about there. So it just gives a nice little bit of twinkle. And as I say, you've taken a very simple card and you've just made it just a little bit prettier by adding the little bits and pieces on there. So hope you enjoyed this one. As I say, last minute cards. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Please be safe. Please be kind. Please be well. And see you soon. Bye-bye.